Most parents are wary of the so-called heavy metal music.
Salut à tous, durant l'été, METALXS vous fait vivre ses rencontres les plus marquantes du HELLFEST 2023. METALXS, c'est l'essentiel de l'actualité métal et dérivés, en exclusivité sur RIFFX by Crédit Mutuel, la plateforme de toutes les musiques, tous les talents, en partenariat avec Artforce. C'est parti!
Hey, this is Weinberg from Slipknot and you're watching METALXS.
Il y a 19 ans, Slipknot essuyait les plâtres du FURIFEST, ancêtre du HELLFEST, qui se tenait au Mans et se faisait méchamment recevoir par le public. Les temps ont changé, et pas qu'un peu. Aujourd'hui, le groupe trône en haut de l'affiche du 16e HELLFEST et s'y est produit pour la 3e fois. Depuis son entrée dans Slipknot, en remplacement de Joey Jordison, le batteur Weinberg a été de tous les passages en terre clissonnaise et il nous rappelle combien ce festival compte aux yeux du groupe.
Oh, it's an honor to be back at Hellfest. I mean, it's one of our favorite festivals in the world. I think to us, like, we really appreciate all the attention to detail that the organizers and all the bands just like put into this festival specifically. I remember the first time that I was here, you're walking around and the whole area is just like a big art installation, and it's very moving to just be in a giant area of everybody who's here for the music and here for the whole experience. I mean, there's 4-day festival and there's like every band you could ever want to see, is on this poster over here. So it's very cool. It's an honor to be back. It's an honor to headline, and this seems to be one of the climaxes of our summer, is getting to play Hellfest again.
Avec tous ces festivals, a-t-il le temps de profiter des pays qu'il traverse?
Hardly. A little bit. I mean, with a summer tour schedule, you're kind of, all your off time is kind of just trying to find sleep and find rest, so the next show is as good as you can make it, I mean, our favorite part of touring is traveling and seeing the world and getting to experience different cultures and explore cities and stuff. We've done a little bit of that, less than I'd prefer, but it's just the nature of touring right now. It's okay, it's all about the show, and that's what's important for us.
L'année dernière, Mario Duplantier de Gojira nous racontait combien jouer de la batterie ressemblait à une discipline sportive. Jay abordait-il son instrument de cette manière également?
It feels like that, honestly. I mean, Mario is a great example. Like, he's a very good friend of mine and one of my drumming heroes that, we all look to each other for that inspiration of, like, he's somebody who takes what he does really seriously, and I admire that. And that's in all aspects of his life. It's to serve what he loves to do most, playing music. And you got to have your longevity in mind with that. You have to treat your body right. You have to treat your mind right. And yeah, it's all, just part of maintaining being a person at the end of the day, But drumming does certainly, especially in Slipknot, feels more like a contact sport than a band. Sometimes we feel more like an organized sports team than a band some days. But that's what comes with it. I think we all gravitated towards this music because of the physicality, because of the impact we feel like we absorb and that we deliver, through the music. So there's an element of that will take a toll on your body, and it's just about the name of the game for us, I think, is just combating that and making it work for ourselves, where we get the physical experience of playing the music and the gratification that comes with that, and the toll that'll take on your body, and also trying to treat your body right and kind of reverse the cycle of pain and soreness and tiredness that you'll feel through the course of a tour or a year or a number of years,
Que s'impose-t-il pour être au maximum de sa performance?
Well, I drink a lot of water. You gotta stay well hydrated. I always know if I get up on stage and my arms feel like cement blocks, I know that I didn't drink enough water. So that's really important. You know, and just try to conserve my energy and warm up with my bandmates before we play. It's pretty simple, you know, really. I just try to, you know, eat right, have a banana before we play or something, and go out and rip our show, really. That's really all there is to it.
En festival, c'est le batteur qu'on voit souvent le moins bien ou jamais sur les photos. Cela ne le frustre-t-il pas d'être relégué au fond, de ne pas pouvoir aller au contact du public, déjà bien éloigné à cause de la taille de la scène?
No, I mean, you know, that's the nature of the instrument I chose, is we're always in the middle, up top, and in the back. You know, that's just what being a drummer is all about. To me, I mean, the part that I miss more, or maybe I should phrase it differently, the part I enjoy more is when we're playing on like a shorter stage and there's less room, then I'm closer to the audience, I'm closer to my bandmates. That's what's like more important to me, is that give and take between us as the band and the audience, because it's like, it's chemistry. And when you're further and further away, it's harder and harder to make that connection happen. But no, it doesn't bother me that it's harder to take a photo of me. That's just like what it is.
Se souvient-il de moments particuliers où il a ressenti justement cette connexion avec le public?
Oh sure, I mean there are countless, you know, shows that stick out in my mind. One in particular actually was in France. It's a venue that we're going to play next week in Nimes, the amphitheater in Nimes, the Coliseum. That's just like such a beautiful building that it's kind of a shock that they would even let a band like us play there. But that said, you know, we start playing and the sun is out and there's all these people just like right in front of you, and the way the building is kind of structured, everybody's just like right on top of you. So there's nowhere to hide, there's nowhere to go. You're just right in there in it, you know, and I really like that. For me personally, I like the smaller venues that we play because it's easier to dig into that kind of energy. I mean, it's amazing to play a giant festival for 100,000 people. Like, that's a huge spectacle in its own right. But I love when we can play a smaller room and it's very tight knit and, you know, explosive. Those are my favorite kind of shows that I still think about today.
Quand on est batteur de Slipknot, qu'entend-on par petite salle?
Well, we played one. It was kind of like a private show at the BBC studio in London, where we played for about 200 people, just right on the floor, and that was really exciting. It was very different for us. You know, we like to do stuff like that kind of challenges us and that puts us in a different context than we're used to. And yeah, so, you know, a Slipknot show for 200 people is a pretty exciting thing, and we're, you know, hopefully there's more of that down the line.
Dans l'actualité, le groupe a opéré un changement de musicien avec le départ de Craig Jones. Nous avons demandé à Jay s'il pouvait nous en parler, et sa réponse est sans équivoque.
It's something that we're really not talking about right now.
Bon, au moins ça c'est clair. En revanche, il y a bien un sujet sur lequel Jay s'autorise à discuter, c'est le changement récent de masque il y a quelques semaines. Un processus artistique parallèle auquel il est très étroitement associé.
Yeah, it's that's just kind of the evolution of what we do, you know, like I feel like our music changes the older we get, you know, and the more and more we kind of pursue what we're doing. I think the art of the band and the masks, of course, is a huge aspect of the artistic direction of the band. We take that very seriously, and we want the music to inform that, and the mask to inform what we're doing in music or whatever. It's like it's all part of one thing. So yeah, you know, it's our sound is going to evolve, our appearance is going to evolve, and that's just like part of what we do. So every now and then you get a little bit different of a thing from us, and that's just because we like not repeating ourselves. We like just kind of going on into the future, and I think that kind of reflects back to your other question of just like, it's not really much that we think about. It's all just very instinctual, and it's nothing that we really get lost within. It's just all part of what we're doing, what we're trying to express, and bringing new masks to our new European tour. That's all part of it. So I'll bring a design to our talented team who actually manufacture the masks. So I'll make a lot of sketches and kind of tell them an idea that I want to pursue, and we have a great back and forth to where they can show me realistically on an actual mask how that's going to look, how it's going to feel, and all that, and that's how we design it. So we have a team that we work very well with, but it's all on us to come up with our own ideas.
Jay a rejoint Slipknot il y a une dizaine d'années alors qu'il était déjà l'un des groupes de métal les plus célèbres au monde. Comment a-t-il géré cette notoriété à laquelle il n'était pas familiarisé au quotidien?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's just it's what becomes normal. Like I feel like my feet are on the ground just because it's like this is what I do. This is what I've worked my whole life to do, and I enjoy it. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity. We all are for this opportunity to play in this band and play for our amazing audiences around the world. Like it's the dream of a lifetime, So in some aspects, yeah, it is a lot to process, but I can only control what I can control in it, and I think I do the best at that by just living my life and being myself. I think all of us do. I think we have the one commonality between all of us is Slipknot. So I think we have all of our own individual ways of handling what the band means to us and whatever, but I don't think it's anything like we ever feel like we're kind of lost in it, like it's all too overwhelming. It's it's our life, and we've dedicated ourselves to it, so that's just what we do.
Hello, I'm Ronnie Romero.
And I'm Richie Faulkner from Elegant Weapons. And you're watching...
What we're watching?
METALXS.
Yes, sir.
Le Hellfest, le guitariste Richie Faulkner connaît bien, car il y a joué l'une de ses toutes premières dates avec Judas Priest après son entrée dans le groupe en 2011. Il s'est produit à Clisson 4 fois avec le groupe britannique légendaire, mais cette année c'est un nouveau baptême sans prêtre, puisqu'il est venu présenter son nouveau groupe Elegant Weapons. C'est accompagné du chanteur chilien multiprojet Ronnie Romero que nous l'avons rencontré dans l'espace presse du Hellfest 2023.
Well, it's always a different fight, There's people here that are not here for you. Last year I was here with Priest, and it's a different thing. I mean, even with Priest, there's people that are not here specifically for Priest. But here, there's a lot of people that aren't here. They don't know who we are, and it's up to us to get out there and show them who we are, and hopefully take a few of those fans with us. So it's a challenge, but it's a positive one. So we all love that kind of challenge. So that's how it's different, really.
It's a different excitement, I think. Right?
Definitely.
Yeah, because you're playing with another band. It's not your band. And, the people they're coming to see your show. They know the songs, and now it's like you are presenting something new. You don't know how the people's going to react, and But it was great.
I think it's our first festival as well, right?
No.
Our first.
The first one.
The first festival. So.
Eux qui ont l'habitude de jouer dans des groupes établis, quelle est la réalité du monde live 2 ans après le pic pandémique?
Getting a tour bus.
yeah, especially the logistic of making a proper tour. There's like an overbooking of concerts right now. There's no venues, there's no tour buses, there's no vans, there's no transportation, no crew. It's really hard to get into the in the road trying to play music. So that's why this kind of festivals are so important. Because you can come, you can play your music in an easiest way than if you go on tour with your own band. But we will see what happens next year. Hopefully everything's goes back to normal.
Qu'est-ce qui fait, à leur avis, la qualité d'un événement comme le Hellfest?
I mean, the lineup is important. Diversity on the lineup also. I don't know. I think also it's very important the ambient on the festival. The people who's coming to see the bands. sometimes you play in some festivals, the people they go and see they want to see just one band who is the main act, and when you play like 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. nobody's there, because they're waiting for, so they're having drinks, they're hanging out, and there's not too much attention on the. But this kind of festival, for example, you can play 1 p.m. and you have like a totally packed the thing. So I think that's make a really good experience for the musicians.
Ont-ils le temps de rencontrer des amis backstage?
A couple. We've been doing this all day, talking to you. Hopefully after this we're going to, we saw Steve Harris's British Lion earlier on. Got to see Steve. I haven't seen Steve for a while. Bumped into a few people in the backstage area, and to reference your last question as well, the backstage area for the artists is impeccable. Facilities are great, toilets are great and everything like that, and sometimes you have, the artist area is 1,000,000 miles away from the stage, for example. It's all in one area, it's easy for the artists, but yeah, we bump into some of our friends, and hopefully when we get all this done, we can go and bump into some more.
Se souviennent-ils de leur premier festival en tant que fan?
I was in the Monsters of Rock in South America, probably was 98, 97, 98. It was Motorhead, Whitesnake, and I think it was Judas Priest, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Not you.
No, of course not. I'd have been about 15 of them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. I think it was maybe Ozfest, 2001 maybe, something like that, in England somewhere. Got a really bad memory, but I think it was Ozfest 2001 if I remember rightly. Ozzy was. I think it was Black Sabbath. It was, sometimes they used to do. Some of them were Ozzy, and some were Black Sabbath, and I think it was Sabbath's turn. So yeah, that was pretty killer.
Et en tant que musicien, quelle est la chose la plus folle qu'ils y aient vue?
Well, people having fun, That's a really open answer. People having fun. Yeah.
There was one festival we did with Priest in Poland, and they said there was 1 million people there over the weekend. So you can imagine, you look out and there's just a sea of people, and the security barrier broke. So there was a line of security guards that came and linked arms for the whole show, and they were the security barrier. That was like we're like, it's not gonna hold, but it did, and they kept hundreds of thousands of people back. I mean, that's crazy to me. There's other crazy shit that you can't really say, but like that's crazy shit to me, that they were like united. They held back. They linked arms and held back the car. I thought that was amazing.
Dernière question, sur l'affiche, quels sont les groupes qu'ils vont se précipiter voir?
Any of them. If we get done with this, no, I'm kidding. Of course. Looking forward to seeing Def Leppard.
Yeah.
Looking forward to seeing. They always sound great. Great guitar players, great songs. I mean, we saw their set list, obviously we were on the same stage as them, and we saw their set list, and it's just song after song after song.
Yeah.
It's just like unbelievable, so I'm looking forward to seeing them.
Hey, this is Peter from Hypocrisy, and you're watching METALXS.
Il est venu avec Pain en 2009, 2 fois, en 2010 et 2013 avec Hypocrisy, et c'est avec cette formation que Pete Tadgren est revenu en juin. D'ailleurs, avant de commencer notre rencontre, il nous aura glissé « Ce sera donc autour de Pain l'année prochaine ». À bon entendeur. Bref, le musicien et producteur connaît bien le Hellfest, et c'est d'ailleurs avec cette question que nous avons commencé notre entretien. Comment a-t-il vu le festival évoluer?
Wow, for the last 10 years, exploded. It's really, maybe, second biggest one, I think, in the metal genre, for sure.
Les festivals amènent un public plus massif, mais celui-ci est plus distant des groupes sur scène qu'en salle. Arrive-t-il à retrouver malgré tout cette communication avec lui?
It's tough because they're so far away, and you don't even get sweaty on stage because it's so constantly wind, and you can't do head spins because your hair is standing this way and you're going, I really like more intense, you know, to have the people right in front of you. But this is good for your ego, you know. Yeah, but it's the truth. Anyone who says something else is stupid. That's how it is. It's a good ego boost for you. So, and you know, all these people are going crazy, so it's perfect.
Avec presque 35 ans de carrière, n'a-t-il pas peur, à 53 ans, qu'un jour l'intérêt pour la scène retombe?
No, I mean, as soon as the intro goes, you're definitely not bored. That's for sure. Or like, let's say 1 hour before, you start going really like, oh, how was this now? What's the lyrics? You know, all that shit. So you always have to be snappy in your head, you know. You can't ignore it, because if you do, you're gonna fuck yourself on stage. So when I stand on stage, I feel like 25. I hope it doesn't look like I'm 1005, but I feel young. You know, I have a lot of energy. I don't have any problem. I mean, I have back problems, but I have that for other reason. I had it for over 30 years, so that's a big difference. I'll give everything when I go out on stage. You know, die on stage, why not? If it happens.
À quoi ressemblait le premier festival auquel il a assisté?
Yeah, I went to a couple more like, not local, but close by where I live. It was something else. Very drunk and yeah. So that was not good. So after that I said like I'd never go to a festival again, but then you started playing and then you had to go again and then you really enjoyed it again. So the first festival we did was Hellraiser in Leipzig in '95. Our drummer was sitting on a beer case because he couldn't find a beer stool. I mean a drum stool to sit on, so he just took a beer case and turned it up a bit. It was chaos, but it was fun.
Il y a la scène et ce qui se passe derrière. Avec toute cette expérience des tournées, a-t-il une anecdote croustillante à nous raconter?
I don't know. Usually I black out after 6 o'clock, but 2 hours after I play, I'm done. I don't have any more memories. That was in the past. I take it kind of easy nowadays. I don't know. There's always crazy shit going on. So, I mean, usually it's probably more like backstage and after when all the bands go to the hotels and start throwing things out or whatever, set things on fire or firing fire extinguisher and fire people coming and police and the normal shit.
Revenons à l'actualité musicale. Il a fallu attendre 8 ans et jusqu'en 2021 pour que Hypocrisy sorte l'album Worship après End of Disclosure. Va-t-il falloir attendre 8 ans de plus pour la suite?
No, I hope not. It's already up to 2 years now. I'm getting nervous and I'm still working on the new Pain album, so I need to finish that first. But hopefully I will deliver it in September, the new Pain album, to the label. And of course we're going to do the European tour now with Pain. While I'm doing that, I'm going to start right with Hypocrisy stuff. So when the circle with Pain is done, hopefully there will be something new with Hypocrisy is a niche thing, you know, it's more underground, it's more, I don't know, classic or whatever you want to call it. So, but with Pain, we're going to release like a couple of singles before we go on tour, and we're going to keep on releasing singles and then finally an album in February. So.
Voilà, METALXS, c'est terminé pour aujourd'hui. On se retrouve dans 15 jours pour le nouvel épisode de notre grande rétrospective HELLFEST 2023, le tout en images et en interviews exclusives. Très bel été à tous et n'oubliez pas de prolonger l'expérience sur RIFFX.fr. Salut!